Ashe, brothers and sisters. My name is Raymond, and today I would like to introduce you to my new YouTube channel named The Truth May Hurt. The reason I named it that is because the truth usually or often does hurt, but we still must seek the truth. So I want to give you a little introduction to why I started the channel, what motivated me to start the channel, and we'll move on from there. My background is quality assurance engineering for 27 years on Department of Defense systems, systems with NASA. And if anyone doesn't understand quality assurance, it is the assurance that the product meets the requirements of the customer. It gives them that assurance that we are their eyes, ears, nose, and everything else. So everything goes through a comprehensive testing, meaning you get to ask questions, you get to do your investigation, you document everything from start to finish so that there's traceability. So that if anyone has questions, we can answer those questions. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm giving you that is my background. That is my expertise. And what motivated me to do this, I've been a Christian all my life. I've never been anything but a Christian. I've never considered any other religion or anything like that. And in 2015, I became totally and permanently disabled. I'm used to working 90, 120 hours a week. So I had nothing but free time. Long story short, in 2016, during the presidential campaign, I noticed a lot of racism and bigotry and things that I experienced back in the 60s, in the 70s, resurfacing. And I just prayed and I asked God to show me the things that I'm missing, that He wants me to see. Show me what the teachers aren't teaching. Show me what the preachers aren't preaching. And show me where racism, bigotry, white supremacy came from. Simple prayer. I just wanted to, and I also asked, and to show me the role that religion, specifically Christianity, played in it, because I follow Christianity. Okay, so call for prayer. I'm asking for my Creator's guidance. So from 2016 up to like 2018, I was just so sick. I couldn't do anything. I mean, I'm 6'6". I went down to 156 pounds. I'm usually 220. I'm 220 now. So I'm at my normal weight now. And I was 156 pounds. The doctors threw me out of the emergency room at the VA hospital, told me there's nothing else they could do for me. So when my wife asked me, do you want me to take you to another emergency room? I said, no, take me home. Let me pray. I said that was my mistake. I went to the doctors first, and I didn't go to my Creator. Okay, so let me go to my Creator, and I'm not leaving home until my Creator shows me what these doctors are missing. So I came home and I prayed and I asked my Creator to show me what the doctors are missing. Show me what's wrong with me. I'm not drinking. I don't do drugs. I'm not out in the street. I don't have that type of lifestyle that anything that I'm doing should be complicated in my life. I have the history of some major stomach complications. That's this, that, and the other, but we all have complications, but none that should make me lose 60, 70 pounds in 6 weeks. Long story short, so I said my prayer, went to bed. The next morning, saw a commercial on the television about a new medication that I'd been seeing all the time, and they were right on the side effects. And they call out every symptom I had. Okay, so I looked up my medications. The VA had me on 20. They had me on maximum dosages of 3. And I found out that every medication that they had me on, the side effects were everything that I was feeling. So I weaned myself off Now I'm doing better. So why I'm telling you this is because we can never have anything in between us and our Creator and depend on them to find our problems and come up with a solution. No disrespect to doctors. My father was one. I have many friends that are doctors, but everybody has limitations. So that's part of my background. My background requirements in quality assurance. I also want to mention that you can only have one requirement. You can't have a double standard. What I mean when I say that is, when I show people things that I'm going to show on this channel, biblical things. Now we're going to go into the Bible. We're going to go into the African spirituality. We're going to go into a lot of things. But when I show people things that contradict the Bible, they ask for evidence. Okay? Evidence is relative, meaning it may or may not be your proof. My proof, or what I accept as proof, I don't expect everybody to accept as proof, and it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so what we're looking for is truth, and we're going to go about it in a comprehensive way. Okay. The other thing, I'm just going over some things that we're going to look at. Observations, meaning when we see things that don't look right, that's an observation. We should look at it. We should understand it, and we should seek the right answers. So some of the things I'm going to show you are my observations, and I present them as my observations. It doesn't mean that it should be yours. Okay. The Bible says that we should worship in spirit and in truth. Okay. But if you only are worshiping in spirit and you don't have all of the truth, you cannot be worshiping God. You can't be. That's a 50-50 equation. You have to have 50% worship and you have to have 50% of the truth. Not 50% of the truth, but what I'm saying is they go together. Okay. They are one. So if we have all of the worship and spirit in the world, and we don't have the truth, it's because we're not seeking it. We have to seek it. So that's what we're going to do. Believing can be a very dangerous thing. And I want to talk about that for a minute. Believing means that there is doubt. There is doubt. Because if you know something, you don't need to believe it. And if you believe in something, it's because we don't know it. Okay? So believing can be a very dangerous thing. And I'm going to give you an example. I live here in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Right? Let's say I didn't live here and I had just moved here. And I wanted to go to New York. And I asked someone, I say, can you tell me how to go to New York? And they say, well, I believe you go out here and you get on 95 and you go south. All right? And that'll take you straight to New York. I believe that. Now, this person is telling you has never been to New York. But all of his life, people have told him how to go to New York. And he's believed them, even though he's never went to New York. Okay? And as this man gets ready to leave, here comes a man that has been to New York, and he overheard the gentleman saying, you go on 95 South to New York. Now, for everyone that doesn't live in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, New York is north of Washington, D.C. All right? So he's given the wrong directions, regardless of how much he believes he knows. All right. So we have to be very careful because we can follow something all of our lives, believing it's going to take us where we want to go. And it may not. Okay. This guy, if he doesn't have a perception of New York is 300 miles away from DC, and he gets in his car and he starts driving south, and now he's 500 miles down 95, and he doesn't realize I'm going the wrong way. He could end up in Miami. And somebody from Miami could tell him, hey, get on the boat. You need to go past Cuba. Because I believe that's the way to go to New York. So I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to go too far. Let me see, is there anything else I wanted to mention before I end this? And we're going to have some presentations that I've prepared. But before I go into the presentations, I just wanted to introduce you to this channel. I wanted to encourage everybody to please subscribe, share, like. Also, comment freely. But please keep one thing in mind. This channel has to be presentable to the youth, to the young children, okay? We need to start educating our own children about our own selves, about our own. My point is, I don't care how far we go in school. Black people, Africans, I don't care how far we go in school in the European colonial education system. We don't learn anything about ourselves. Pre-slavery, we'll learn a few distorted things during slavery and post-slavery, but not the things that we need to know. These are selected things they don't mind us knowing or mind being on a history book that's being taught to their children. We have to put our children first. We have to start educating them about African culture, history, and spirituality from the time that they are able to learn a name, from the time that they're able to learn a face. These are the faces that they should be seeing, okay? So we want to go across these things. I want to mention a few more things. One, please read the description, because hopefully this can be a bridge between all Africans all over the world, not just the United States, but the entire continent of Africa, Jamaica, Haiti. I have family in Jamaica. You know, I have one of my best friends' wife is from Haiti. Her name is Dada. Okay, so we need to build a bridge, a social bridge, and that's what I'm trying to do, because they separated us during colonialism. I'm just learning about Africa. I'm really just learning, okay? And I don't know, that most Africans don't know anything about us, okay? And the information that they've been given about us and that we've been given about each other, most of it isn't true, okay? It's to separate us. So this is an opportunity to bridge us back together. Here's my point on educating our children. The most disappointing part of what I have learned is, if I had learned this when I was 4 or 5 years old, all the way through my life, how much of a positive effect could that have had on my life? Okay? There's no need in being mad about it. There's no need in being, upset about it. We have to control our emotions and our passions, okay? And that's what I'm asking everybody to do when you see the information that is going to be coming out on this channel. Please control. Well, I understand you're going to have emotions and passions. We all have them. But understand, our emotions and our passions are not evidence, okay? A lot of people come to me and present their emotions and they present their passions, and their only evidence is scripture that we learned in the Bible, okay? Scriptures that support And I'm not saying that it doesn't support, but that can't be your only evidence. Okay. My evidence is in the Bible, out of the Bible, in ancient Egyptian texts, is where my creator led me. Okay. So I'm gonna share these things with you. One more thing, please give feedback. Okay. One of the things I would like feedback on is the length of videos you would be interested in me putting together for you. Okay. If they're too long, you can't watch them. If they're too short, I can make them the length that we will be able to, families, hopefully that families will be able to sit down and watch without saying it's too long for me. We don't have time to watch this long of a video, an hour and 20 minutes, or, hour is good, but anything over that, it's just too long. I need that type of feedback because I have a lot. I have 9 years of information that I've gathered. That's all I've done for the last 9 years. Studied, kept records. And people have encouraged me, hey, Ray, you need to get this information out there. I've never seen some of this before. I've never heard some of this before. Wow, Ray. Okay. So here it is. Hopefully this will take off. Hopefully this will blow up in Africa. I'm really targeting Africa because this is where all religions come from. I've traced it back. Okay. They all come back from basically one story. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that I need to go over video length? I think that is about it. We're at 16 minutes. So we're going to take this and we're going to stop it here. And I'm coming right back and do my first presentation. I have 2 presentations that are ready. I think they're pretty clean. This is the baseline of where we're starting. I've just done enough to be able to record something of presentable quality. I think it's not, we're going to get better. Okay. Right now I'm working by myself. I'm doing everything by myself. And trying to do things right and get things right. It takes time. Okay. So I'm going to make the video, edit it, and we're going to get it on YouTube's. Ashe. Yes. I need to mention a couple of more things. I have some people. No, I have a sister that I met in Kenya. Her name is Tracy Kadeda. All right. I have to get this in. We were introduced by one of my Facebook friends, and we've become very close. And she's working with me on developing this from Kenya. She's working with me there to build this in Africa. Okay. So in Kenya, we have Tracy Kadeda. She's a very talented sister. Please go on YouTube and search Tracy Kadeda. She's an artist. I love her music. And support her. All right. Listen to her music. Look at how she is an activist and actively involved in Kenya. All right. Tracy adopted 14 children. They're my nieces and nephews now because Tracy's my adopted sister. We adopted each other. All right. So we're working together. All right. I met a brother in Ghana, Francis Marcel Bamba. I want to mention his name. This brother has been working with me as closely as possible without anything structured. Okay. He's expressed serious interest like Tracy has, and I'm not turning anybody away. I'm mentioning this because I've had several people in South Africa. I have their names, but I can't mention everybody. So I have Francis in Ghana. Ashe, my brother. I have Tracy in Kenya. Ashe, Kaka. She's teaching me, the language. I've been adopted into the Tutsi tribe. Okay. And hopefully I'll be getting a Tutsi name. And the Tutsis have told me, when you come to Kenya, all of us are coming to meet you at the airport. Okay. This is a very special thing. So as much as I'm saying this, I'm saying to Americans, introduce yourself to the Africans here on this channel. Extend yourself to them like they're extending themselves to me. The brothers and sisters that I'm meeting in Africa, they're telling me, when you get here, you're my brother. My family is your family. Okay? We have to break away from this indoctrination that we've been given that has torn us apart, man. We're the most beautiful people on earth. I mean, I love myself more today after I have studied African spirituality, culture, and mythology, because that's what my ancestors came from. That's what my ancestors left for us. And I'm going to show you these things. So I wanted to mention Tracy and Francis and my brothers and sisters. Even though I'm not mentioning your names, I have you on record in South America. You've told me the same thing. When you get here, you're my brother, okay? And I want Americans to say the same thing to Africans when you get here, that you are my brother, okay? We are all one, okay? So we're going to conclude this, and I'll be right back, and we're going to get into some presentations, and we're going to look at things, and we're going to free our minds and keep our minds healthy, okay? And we're going to make sure that we repair what was torn apart. See, when colonialism came in and they broke the chain for the American slaves, they broke our ancestral chain. Okay? We don't know, or we weren't taught anything about ourselves pre-slavery. But here's the good news. They only broke one link out of the chain. So once we do this, back with the chain, we have the link back to our ancestors in Africa. We have our link back to our ancestors in Ethiopia. We have our link back to Africa. Once we put the links back in the chain, we have our links back to all of our ancestors all over Africa, Jamaica, Haiti, everywhere. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work and educate ourselves. We're going to grow, and we are going to put our children first. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, I want to correct myself. I am Tracy's kaka. I'm her brother. She's my dada, a sister. Okay, we're learning. Okay, so that's what it's all about, and we're going to take control of ourselves. We're gonna fix a lot of our problems. Well, we can fix a lot of our problems on this channel, okay? And this is a good place to do it. I hope you think it's a good idea. I hope you want to work with me. I hope what you're hearing is exciting. I hope what you're reading in the description is something you want to be a part of. And we're gonna roll. All right. So Ashe to all of those who are coming aboard. Ashe means, it's not the opposite of amen, but it's what our ancestors used. And Ashe means that I'm calling on my ancestors. I'm calling on the universe. I'm calling on us all becoming one, to work together as one. So when I say Ashe, I'm calling on the universe. I'm calling on my ancestors to join in with me doing this. And I'm saying Ashe to you, that my ancestors and universe will spread onto you so that you can become one and a part of this. So when I hear you say Ashe back, we rolling. All right, my brothers and sisters, we getting ready to get busy. Time to go to work. And always remember, we can always find the truth for free. All right? The truth should never have a price tag to it. All right? The truth should always be available to everyone. And as soon as you put a price tag on it for a penny, the people that don't have a penny can't afford it. So we do this for free, all right? So that nobody's left out. It's not about money. You can't put a price tag that, oh, well, you don't have enough money to get the truth. Here, you can get it for free. It should be for free. You can go a lot of places and pay for lies. And sadly to say, churches and a lot of the religious institutions are the biggest ones of them. I'm not trying to insult anyone. But we all see the same things on television and the prosperity preachers. And I just saw a minister a week or so ago. A member in his congregation asked him, so if I'm on my way home and I see somebody hungry or in need, I'm supposed to pass them by? I'm not supposed to give them money? And the response of the pastor was, you're supposed to tie it to the church. The money that you would give them is not going to be blessed. There will be no blessing that comes with it if you give it to them. It has to come through the church to receive the blessing. What? Okay, so we're seeing, and a lot of us, we just turn our eyes to it. We're conditioned to look the other way. Can't afford that. And we're paying 10% to go to church. So I'm not going to get on that too deep. But the truth, believe me, it's people out here giving away the truth. And I'm going to show them to you. Everyone that is a part of my research that I'm using or that I'm learning from or that have validated the research that I have done, they're yours. I'm not going to hide them from you. I'm not going to take another man's work and claim his credit. No, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that to, I'm going to call a few names. Dr. Ray Hagins, Hagins. Look him up. Professor James Smalls. Professor Kaba, Kaba, Khamenei, Kamene. The godfather of it all, Dr. John Henry Clark, and one of his first students, Dr. Ben Yosef Ben Yachtman. I'm not going to spell his last name, but all of that's going to be in the presentation. All right. So I want you to be able to look up these guys and follow them. Like hopefully you'll follow me. Okay, because we want to spread knowledge, not limited knowledge. Okay, so I wanted to mention that. And let me see, is it any other thing? Don't think so. If I'm missing it here, we'll cover it in the next presentation. Here we go. Ashe, brothers and sisters, get ready, buckle up. Some people might need a hard hat. I have one. I had to get a hard hat. All right. So, but we're going to roll. All right. And we're going to grow. All right. Be right back.